Hey guys, my name is Tahlya Curtis. I'm one of the Epilepsy Action Volunteers, and I wanted to talk to you guys about how I manage my epilepsy. I have had epilepsy since I was 10. I'm now 24, so I've had some time to figure out what works best for me, what my triggers are, and how to manage them. Do you know what? In a sad but hopefully insightful way, the most common thing I get told is you don't look epileptic, or you don't look like you deal with that. You do so much stuff. And the reason that I'm able to do what I can do now is because I've had to structure a routine that stops me from getting ill. You know, I've had to put so many measures in place that people don't see so that I can cope and so that I can live what my normal is. So for example, I don't even call them sacrifices, right? Because they're essential things that keep me healthy, you know? So sleep for me is absolutely mandatory. Lack of sleep has definitely been a trigger for me. I always aim for 7-8 hours of sleep a night. Does it happen all the time? No. Just to make sure that I'm as energized as I can be and that I'm giving my brain what it needs. This is one of those that I know a lot of people turn their nose up anyway. Meditation. I am big on it purely because it's always settled my mind. Stress is another one for me that is another big trigger. So for me, meditation has actually been really handy. It helps settle my mind and just helps me approach life better. Managing stress is a lot easier said than done. I take myself out of environments where stress arises, or I can feel myself getting stressed just to protect myself because I know that's something that has triggered me in the past. Something that I've done to keep the balance and keep myself healthy is if I know, for example, if I know that I've got a late night or something coming up, if I've got a busy week, I'll always make sure that if I'm adding something in, that something else has to be swapped out, because that's where I've got into the burnout cycle from just doing too much in the same week and then just completely crashing. So I have to replace things just to keep the balance. If one thing's in, something else is out. I'm very fortunate enough not to have the main seizures that I used to have. However, I am prone to burnout a lot. I just get exhausted all the time. I do feel very out of control when that happens. The biggest thing I would say in this community, we've just got to be kind. We are dealing with a lot. Our brain deals with a lot more than everybody else. It's under a lot more stress. It's more fragile to certain things. So when you're struggling, it's okay. Take that time to reset and recharge. That's not a bad thing. It's essential for you to stay healthy. And for me as well, in terms of medication, I have an alarm set on my phone just to remind me with my sleep pattern. I sort of take it in line with my sleep schedule, but I always just have a reminder just to make sure, and then just tick it when it's done, just so that I know. Honestly, I would say the biggest challenges that I've faced are definitely in myself, knowing what I want to do and trying to achieve all of that when I feel good, and then burning myself out. Just finding a balance. Something that I've got better with as well is not overly explaining, because I feel it's really difficult for people without epilepsy to understand how you're feeling. And I think I used to really try and over explain or try and to help people see what I was going through, when in reality, unless you're dealing with it or you see it, you're not going to know. And how I've kind of always dealt with that is, if you know you need to take yourself away from a situation, just take yourself away. You don't need to overly explain. The people that see you go through it will understand, but you don't need to justify feeling the way you are. It's okay if people don't understand what you're going through. I'm genuinely so grateful to my family and to the epilepsy community, because I feel whenever I see posts on the epilepsy community, it's just all like-minded people that can really understand and relate. We're all in a similar boat. So generally, the way that I manage my condition is by knowing what my triggers are. So mine, sleep, stress, food as well. To be honest, if I don't eat, that does really throw me off as well, but I think that's just human. But those are generally my triggers, and it's finding the balance. You're not always going to get it right, but don't try and do everything at the same time, because that's just, in my experience, that's just overload. Also, don't be hard on yourself. It's quite easy to forget that you've got epilepsy sometimes, especially when you feel good. You could just think there's nothing wrong with you, but it is still there. You are still managing it, and give yourself credit for all the stuff that you do. I always say it doesn't define you. You know, if you get on top of how to manage it and you understand it, there's no reason why you can't do everything that you want to do. And also, I just want to point out that I know that epilepsy can feel really lonely. Whenever I used to have seizures, it can feel extremely isolating, but just know that you've always come out the other side of a seizure, and there's always support for you, especially in this community. We all go through very similar, if not the same, experiences. There are people out there that are going to understand, and you are doing the best you can.